After my story earlier this week about our Joel's and Jim's and my trip to Alabama, I had a couple requests, for a couple other stories, and one of them was from Mama, reminding me that we had during that trip we took a trip to Florida, and because again they were living in Alabama, and Panama City, Florida, which is in the Panhandle, also known as the Redneck Riviera, was a place for us to go. And so the way that trip unfolded was my parents had a Chevy Chevette that we were to go to Florida in. Now keep in mind, the trip from Boaz, Alabama to Panama City is 6.5 hours, and so we went in a Chevette, which is quite a small car. It is in fact a quote 5-passenger vehicle because it does have 3 sets of seat belts in the back seat, but it's a pretty small car. And so you had these. So my parents, of course, sat in the front, and Jim and Joel and I sat in the back seat. And it was a long trip, and it was crowded, packed. Anyway, so we did go to Florida. I don't remember for how long. It may have been 2 or 3 days. We stayed at this little motel. I wish I could remember the name of it. Because I stayed there. We stayed there other times as well. I'm sure it's not there anymore. All those old 2-story hotels with little, with 2 beds and a kitchenette in them and 1 bath. Those I think have all been torn down there and replaced either with big hotels or with condominiums. But anyway, so we went, and oh my gosh, it was such a nice trip. I think from my standpoint, you're young and thin, and after spending now I suppose 3 winters in Minnesota, it just felt so glorious to be someplace with that kind of sunshine and the ocean and everything. And I also remember Jim. We did have sunscreen, but Jim missed a spot on his arm, if I remember correctly, and he got a horrible sunburn on his left. I think it was his left shoulder, or the upper part. It would have been his left tricep, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it was a fun trip, even if the travel left a little bit to be desired, and I guess it was better than driving in the open Jeep. Okay, there's that story. Love you.